Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever it is you are in the world, and welcome to another edition of the Living World of Darkness, Rage Across New York. Our scene today takes place directly after the events of, well, whatever just happened with diplomacy at the warder's hands. In any
Oops.
event, um, there are probably some kinfolk cleaning up various bits of well, the Silver Fang with a certain degree of etiquette deficiency, or at least maybe he was just crazy, tough, and dumb brave. Hard to say. Right now, a gathered cast of Garou are sat around the water as the water is making preparations for the wartime footing for the Scepter of the Green.
Yep. You see, contemplates walking back and forth, giving orders, talking to some of the nondescript, theurges on the sept, specific things he needs and requires for umbral protection, things of this nature, things that should be made. Sending notifications to Mama L. Somebody done goofed. We have an issue. Sorry, K bye. And we will start our scene there. The contemplates like in a rush, just doing things.
Well, essentially, while Contemplates is walking back and forth, telling people to do this, do that, and do the other, Reiko has been sitting silently, uh, watching him work.
He will cock a glance and continue to like talk to people, but will attempt a side conversation. You've been sitting there for a while. Can I help you?
It takes a very long time to answer, but she finally sort of slowly begins to talk. Um, Olaf instructed that I needed to present myself to you at your earliest convenience.
Well, present yourself. As he
She,
kind of tells the last get to go start and go help the guardians with patrols. Shank any ragabash that's not our own.
I am Reiko, Eyes of the Sunrise, Shigahara of the Children of Chimera, born on two legs, under the full moon, Cleith.
Oh, right. Hmm. I heard some very interesting reports about you.
I can begin to imagine what those are.
Yeah. So are we gonna have to have an awkward talk about what you should and should not do?
She will bare both of her wrists to him, showing off the marks. No. Since that time, I rose to the rank of Cleith, not after.
He looks at you again. Make a perception empathy.
One.
Oh, he's just being belligerent. Anybody else that's like actively watching this confrontation, you can roll.
Not actively.
Is that a roll, Austin?
That was for the blur. I haven't done anything else.
Okay.
Oh, I got 3.
Oh, it's a look of disgust that's stemming from the fact that she is just given a potential guru probably the worst starts imaginable. This guru will hate its life, and it's directly her fault. But Raiko, it looks like pure disinterest.
She'll be alright.
She's got a good enough etiquette. She is going to assume that anytime anyone talks about her past, that she is at best in for a scolding or a lecture. At worst, that probably means another beating.
He looks at her. I bet you're expecting me to yell and or hit you.
She kind of winces slightly, sort of not necessarily the fact of the prospect of getting hit, but more like the fact that she's that transparent. She just very silently nods.
Well, I'm not going to hit you. But I'm telling you who's going to end up getting hit. Your children. Their life is going to suck worse than a Hoover.
I'm going to roll her wits. I don't know what. Screw it. I'm just going to say that she understands the analogy.
You cannot understand analogy, and he can go on with very vivid description if you'd like.
She's just going to take the term of meaning that it means it's bad, and she'll just simply nod. I know what my actions are going to lead to for my son.
I don't think you understand. You haven't actually sentenced someone away from their child, and actually have to make that decision. To see the hurt and anguish in everyone's face. That is going to follow your child for the rest of his life. You will be a living testament of his shame. And so no, I don't need to hit you. Is there something else you need?
No,
Do you have a pack yet?
not yet, but I have some that I wish to speak to and see what their feelings on the matter are.
It's a time of war, so you know. So it might be the best idea to find a pack so you don't wind up dead.
I agree.
Good. So, how do you like it here? Eventful? It's kind of that dry tone.
It is what it is. This place. I have not been ill-treated since I've gotten here. That alone makes it more comfortable.
Not too perceptive, are you?
I have many faults.
No, there's quite a few people here that have an opinion. Whether or not they've spoken it to you is a completely different story. But yeah, word's gotten around.
I make no effort to hide it.
Logan's not gonna like you much. Anywho, is there anybody else around? As Contemplates continues giving orders.
Uh, Ophelia's been standing around there, just watching the cleanup of a certain dead body, staring at it. As usual, she has the silver fang stare in her on her face. So there's barely any emotion going on there, at least not as far as you guys can see.
Contemplates will look up. There's that judgment stare. I've gotten that many a time.
Coles is stood with Ophelia. She's pretty close to her. She knows Ophelia likes her space, but she's definitely just watching her and watching what's going on around. But as yet, she's not commented.
Contemplates will walk over to Ophelia.
Raya.
You're giving me the look.
The look.
The look. The judgment look.
I wouldn't dare judging you, Raya.
Kind of looks at you. Of course not. Looks to the left, looks to the right. We all know what the Silver Fang look looks like.
Judging the situation, I guess.
You want to know why I did it?
Because he insulted you.
It's more than that.
Amaze me.
I've lost 2 of my pack mates to silliness. Silliness that could have been prevented. Blitzkrieg is dead. Travis is dead.
Kachina is dead. If you're talking about silliness.
Kachina was surprising, but he is also dead.
Yeah. There's not much left from the original hunters. Or striders. Sorry.
Not a hunter. Blitzkrieg
No.
would kick my ass if I ever became a hunter. He laughs.
I meant striders.
He
My
smiles.
apologies. I was a bit caught off guard, I guess, with this. Not quite sure how they are going to respond. I guess they would have preferred a challenge or just sending him off.
Yeah, they could have. He also could have remembered his etiquette and not maybe breached maybe 7 tenets of the litany at once.
If they wanted him to come back alive, he would have presented himself in a different way.
He kind of just puts his hands out to calls. He's right.
Quite possibly, but still.
If
Not
they
quite.
came, if he came and they knew he could come back dead, he might result in his death by coming alone. What did they gain from him dying?
Point at us and saying that we're the first ones to kill because of this conflict.
No. They did it to see not only who would draw first blood, but whether or not we would just simply hand you over, which is again another breach of etiquette. Protect those beneath your station. I'm directly responsible for you.
Also, if they expect to win, it makes them a better story.
This is true. Silver Fangs like their stories. No offense meant.
I thought that was the Fianna.
Silverfang like a different kind of story. The Fianna like ones that are joyous and tell of their glory. The Silverfangs like one that to teach us all a lesson, to make us know that they are right.
Which is why I only respect 2 Silver Fang.
Does the Silverfang House speak for the rest of the Silverfangs as a tribal whole?
Well, whenever his superior comes here, which I'll sure will be in short order, we can discuss that.
Well, it's done this way. To be honest, I wouldn't have liked it anyway. I mean, I'm not necessarily looking to get myself killed. If you're afraid
When you
that's
first
not the case.
when you first entered this conflict, did you expect nothing to come of it? When you decided to bear
No.
your name as Ophelia,
Yeah, I know. Doesn't mean that I like it. It's just I want to be able to show to them and to the Silverfangs as a tribe and to the nation as a whole that my house is not necessarily more guilty of conspiring with one than any other house or any other tribe. We've all had our mistakes in our tribes, in our houses, in our packs even. Why are we the ones who are getting slaughtered for it? It doesn't make sense. I'm angry and I want to prove that this is not the case, that this was unnecessary. On the other hand, I do not want to add more deaths to this conflict, and this is exactly how it's going down, and I dislike that. The fact that I understand that there is no choice in this matter, and if I want to stand up for it, there will be more deaths, doesn't mean I have to like it.
Do you think it would stop only with you?
I know it doesn't stop with me.
you don't think they would have slaughtered Katori calls and your pack to get to you?
To get to me, yes. If I would not be there, I don't know. I don't know. They
So
want to
you
prove
just
they're right.
assume that calls would just let you go? He smiles like
Yeah.
even now we're. I mean, you can try to go. I guess that's a thing, but
If you go, what
we're,
others of your house? You told me you speak of making your house great, like great again. Make them stand for something. Prove them. If you die, and then as a leader, then what happens to the others who are beneath you? The others that are hiding.
the other cubs that are watching you, emulating you.
Yeah, I know. I said, I know what I have to do. That doesn't make it easier doing it.
No, but remember this: they are coming to our territory. As tainted in its own way, this as this territory may be, we know this land. We know it. Use that. They come here. They come to our place, and we will drive them away.
No
I
more,
guess
no
that's what
less.
we're gonna do.
Calls.
Yeah.
Can you make sure the story is told throughout the set for those that weren't here?
Of course. They all will know. They will know what has happened and what needs to be done.
That is all I ask. Kind of looks at Ophelia again.
She is in thoughts because I'm changing locations at the moment.
Hmm.
um, she she's clearly not happy about things, but she is accepting what's happening because she understands she has no choice in a way. Like, sure, there is a choice, but that's not the path that she's willing to take. So, yeah, this is a thing now.
You do know that you have to take and reclaim your birthright as a silver fang.
Reclaim. My mother is still out there.
And so are you. They're trying to weed out your house. You have to
Yeah,
fight back at some point.
and I am, but I don't need to make a big deal out of it yet.
How is
I
this
mean,
not a big deal? Explain to me how this cannot be a big deal. Got it,
fair
you
enough.
have it. This is a rag and bash filler box debate.
Damn it. Okay, then how am I reclaiming my birthright? I hate to say this, everybody keeps calling me princess, but it's kind of new to me. What am I gonna do? Stand on a stone and shout out that I am Ophelia?
That's what
What?
most silver fang do, but that's besides the point.
Uh, that's
What I'm
annoying.
the point is the fact that a lot of people, especially the traditionalists, look to the silver fangs for leadership. It's just the way
Well,
it is.
I.
Certain steps like this are progressive that allow other things, but it's not the case everywhere else.
Well, the only way I can show that I'm a proper leader is by doing what I do best, and hopefully people will notice that. I'm not going to. I'm not going to ask Katori to step down as alpha for the hunters. I'm most certainly not going to challenge Mother Larissa to be alpha of the sept.
He looks
So,
at you,
other than just
smiles.
fucking doing whatever the fuck I want to do and making sure that I'm doing a damn good job at it, I don't really see how I can show to people that
What can you do? What can you
fall.
offer?
What
You went
am I right
robot.
about? Ah, fuck. I hate going robots. Give me a moment. Is this better?
Yes, that's better.
Yes.
Okay. Yay! Like, what do I have to offer? I don't know.
Of course you know. You knew before everyone. I was there the first day you met Morning Kill. It was hilarious. You bucked him then. You buck him now. It's hilarious.
Oh boy. That's a long time ago. God damn it. That
Yeah, I was there.
gallery.
Yeah,
Damn.
remember?
No, that's the entire point. We didn't remember. Remember? You were the only one.
You have a point. So let me regale you with the story then. Contemplates. Well, so there was this woman who kind of, with all of the audacity and attitude, looked Morning Cone after of the Sept in the eye and said, "I'm going to do what I want to do, and you can't stop me." We all looked at you and said he's going to kill her, but he didn't.
Long time
You were
ago
the
in a
person,
galaxy far, far away.
even then, someone like you, whether or not you accept your role is irrelevant, but your role has definitely chosen you.
Hmm. I just don't like people telling me shit, especially when they're wrong.
Yeah, we just had a case of that today, didn't we?
Oh god. Oh man, I should not make fun of this. This is serious. Oh
No,
jeez.
exactly. Now you understand. Things sometimes can be just that simple.
Well,
Not
this
everything
is
has to
true.
be complicated.
Okay, fair enough. Thanks. It's just that I don't know. I'd like to see us all fight for Gaia, not against each other. But
Were you a guru like yesterday? Guru is just, we're some violent motherfuckers. He just laughs.
Hey, I've never been this much. Like, the time when I was most angry, including my time as a guru, was when I was a kinfolk and found a red coin on my pillow.
As I said, Guru are not known for pacifism or acceptance.
No, I understand that, and I can see that.
So you, in
It's
one
just,
way that calls mention for you reclaiming the nobility of your house, so to speak, is you might actually have to kill some people.
I understand and I accept that. It's just the one thing that Miss Whisper said that just keeps coming back. Like, she said that sometimes we have to do what we don't like in order for the nation to stand tall, basically. She said that, and then she walked up to Dog and got eaten. I've been thinking a lot on how this conflict is interfering with our duty to be a frontier against the worm, and to Gleaming Eye's duty of spying out the worm in our own ranks. And when I look at this conflict and I see it interfering with two major duties of Silverfangs and of the nation, then I'm wondering if this is such a good idea and if we shouldn't just, give up and let Osterhal die a silent death for the sake of the nation.
That does not sound like a Silverfang talking.
If
As
you
I
look,
said, as I said before, what makes you think that they'll stop with just you or your house? Every report of House Gleaming Eye reports it to be something akin to the Inquisition. They'll find a new
Yeah.
target.
if you let them win, if we give you over, what's not to say that either they or someone else will see this as weakness on part of the Sept and come back here and distract themselves from the greater fight by coming here to try and claim this.
And kill everyone here for not
Calls,
protecting the steppe.
calls, you have a point. Raiko, sorry, you don't know the entire story. They would, um, they would not go and find another target because the problem is not that they targeted Ostrahal. They were right. There was a large, as far as I've understood history and I've heard stories, there was a big group of us that was worm tainted, that was corrupted. The problem
And what
was they
if
didn't
they
stop.
and what if they turn their sights on the Glasswalkers next for being too influenced by the Weaver?
Or the Black Furies for being too in touch with the wild.
It's different.
How so?
Well, first of all, Gleaming Eye was more directed to Silverfangs as far as I understood. Second of all, they what I've heard is that they cleaned out Osterhal because they um, they were trying to hide things. I may hope at this point, after 20 years, that this is low, that at least they've been able to clear out their own ranks in silence and can continue with their job the way it was meant to be. But I don't know for sure. Isn't there? I've only heard the stories.
You are not worm tainted.
I am not, as far as I know.
Well, we can figure this out right now. Calls.
You honestly think no one has ever tried to sense the worm on me?
I
And
have
what does
sensed
that tell?
worm many times in your presence, and you have never come back
So what
any
does that
more
tell
than
us, ladies
it
and
tainted
gentlemen?
you.
That this is somehow not your fault. that you do not have to figuratively lay yourself on the cross to die for everyone. That won't make the
I know
killing
it's
stop.
not my fault. I know
How
it's
much?
not my fault.
I would also propose this to you. I have heard the stories and I have seen many things. How many, and I've told some of them myself. How many things have you done for this sect? How much have you added here? How many missions have you gone on? How many times have you been there? The stories that you have written in your paper, I do not necessarily understand, but I understand they are important. When you
Hmm.
came and we have chased worm threats from this city together. We have freed Bear together. What would this, if you go, how much lesser would this place be?
If
I
Deshi wants
cannot
to say
answer
anything,
that.
he can.
Dashi's basically rolling his eyes as the hearing the basic Silver Fang creed of selfishness and pride and oh woe is us because no one understands us. He's really glad that he was able to pull himself from that bullshit.
Fair enough. Austin, do you want to do anything?
Me and no. Me and Deshi are gonna have a conversation later. I'm being lazy right now, so thank you for letting me be lazy.
Fair enough. So what would you propose?
I said already, this shit is happening. There's nothing we can stop it. We can't stop it. Let's fucking get on with it and hope for the best.
Let's make
Just
the
don't
preparations
want.
that we can. This is our land, as I said. This is our place. Surely we can defend it better.
Than some uppity silver thing.
They are
But
the
I
invaders.
swear, if any of you manages to die because of this, I'm gonna fucking hunt your ancestor spirits and gonna kill you again.
Don't be so
We have
emotional. He
we
smiles
have
at
defended
it.
I'm not being. For fuck's sake, you're right.
we have defended this place against the Weaver's creations. We have defended this place against the Worm's creations. What can the Silver Fangs really think they can do?
I've looked a Storm Eater in the eye. I'm not scared of any silver fang that seems to exude his so-called dominance over the sept. I've made peace with my death a long time ago. I'm just kind of following the way.
Mm. Well, anything specific you'd like me to do, Raya? Any
Stop,
tasks?
stop moping around like a sad bear. Like, really? Knock it off. Like, this is supposed to be a time where we're going to do something we all believe in. How would you feel if Morning Kill took the punishment for you? He's not above that, you know.
I would probably tie him to his chair and put him in a cleaning cabinet for a couple of days. He'll survive that, right?
Don't break the litany. He looks at her.
What?
Just gives you that look. This is a long look, like.
I'm going to make a check here as soon as my dice are starting. God damn it, dice work for me.
3 successes to not look somewhat indignant.
He doesn't care. He's being an ass.
1, 2, 3, 4. 5 successes to keep a straight face there.
He's just looking at her. So I'm guessing that Ophelia is giving the the Silver Fang face of like, this doesn't bother me.
Oh yeah. She is judging you so hard right now, or at least pretend judging you so hard right now.
The moment she does that,
Like her
he
cheeks
just
are a
kind of
bit
start.
red, but that might just be because she is like shocked that you're even proposing something like that. Well, yeah, if you beat the 5 successes,
He's not.
yeah.
I'm not even gonna roll for it. It's just as soon as you get like the Silver Fang face, he falls into a fit of laughter for a solid 5 seconds because he knows it. You're just so mad. He just looks at it.
I want to
Oh,
punch you in your face right now, really.
I know you do. Raz and Rick, and
I
you can do
so do.
it. That wasn't a jab at that. It was just the fact that he cares for you. We all do, actually.
Yeah, whatever.
You don't
Who's
do the
being
stone
senti-
face well.
Who's doing the sentimental now, huh?
Hey, looks at her.
Ah!
Do what I want. But patrols. We gotta get back to work. Looks like
Sure
it's me and
thing.
you. Dashi, you
Awesome.
coming? Dashi, you coming on patrol? Calls?
I will come.
Raiko, is there anything else she wants to do?
Was that an in character or out of character question?
Out of character, is there anything else she wants to do? Because Contemplates is about to go on rounds with the rest of his guardians.
Nah,
And
she
calls.
wasn't called, so she's probably gonna head back to the training grounds.
He looks at her. Do you really want to prove yourself?
She looks back over her shoulder and turns around to face him. It's one of the reasons I'm here.
Part of redemption is trying to protect something that's more important than yourself. Do you want to be a guardian?
I am gonna re-roll to... Phew. Okay, so... It's brief, but the telltale of sort of that... She just kind of lets out this sigh, and she just starts walking towards you, and she keeps her head low, but it's really obvious to see that she is... Oh, fuck it. Yeah, why not? She's got a tear coming out of her eyes. She just walks towards, Contemplates.
Yeah. Looks at her. Looks back at Ophelia. I don't do the soft shit. Like, I accept you, I understand, but you're ruining my rep as he just continues walking.
She just simply, as best as she can muster, it probably sounds really pathetic, but it's more along the lines of, as you say, mercy, Raya.
And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we will end the scene.
Thank you, players, for playing. Thank you, watchers, for watching. Everyone, have a good evening.